Top 10 dangerous tornadoes caught on camera. Tornado Alley is an area of the U.S. that includes parts of Texas, Kansas, Louisiana, South Dakota, Oklahoma, and Iowa. This area is particularly prone to tornadoes due to surrounding weather patterns. Surrounding states are often also included in Tornado Alley and experience more frequent tornadoes than states further away from this area. Whether you're an amateur storm spotter or just someone curious about these deadly storms, there's no denying that tornadoes make for some intense and often terrifying videos. Spring 2011, unfortunately, brought with it some of the most horrifying tornado images ever, as twisters wreaked havoc and brought death and destruction to several states. Many of the largest and most powerful tornadoes in recent memory were caught on tape, either by so-called storm chasers or by average, everyday people. So in this video, we will discuss the top 10 dangerous tornadoes caught on camera. But before starting the video, be sure to smash the like button and subscribe to never miss out on any of our videos. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. Number 10. Flint MI. One of the nation's most devastating natural disasters occurred in Flint, Michigan's Beecher District on Monday, June 8, 1953, resulting in 116 deaths and injuring 844. To date, this F5 intensity tornado was the last one in the United States to result in over 100 fatalities. The Flint Beecher tornado is the only tornado to hit southeast lower Michigan to be classified as F5 on the Fujita scale. According to the National Weather Service, an F5 tornado is defined as incredible damage. Strong frame houses leveled all foundations and swept away. Automobile-sized missiles fly more than 100 meters. Trees debarked. Incredible phenomena will occur. Wind speeds approximately 261 to 318 F. Number 9. New Richmond MI. The New Richmond tornado is the 9th deadliest tornado in U.S. history to this day. 117 fatalities occurred because of the tornado. The deadliest tornado in U.S. history remains the TriState Tornado of March 18, 1925, 695 fatalities. While it has been said that the tornado originated on Lake Street, Croy as a waterspout, the Carroll Herald reported 3 on June 14, 1899, that the storm had caused some damage even further southwest in the Hastings, Minnesota area. The paper puts the time that the tornado struck 2 miles southeast of Hudson, WI at 4:30 p.m. Around the time that New Richmond was getting hit by a tornado, the Twin Cities got struck by a thunderstorm that produced very heavy rainfall. The Carroll Herald says one rain gauge registered 2.34 inches of rain in a short period. Number 8. Amitla Purvis MS. With at least 143 deaths, the Amit Purvis tornado is officially the 8th deadliest in U.S. history, though its long path may have consisted of 2 or more tornadoes. What started in Louisiana moved east and kept tearing apart towns on their way into Mississippi. The worst-hit area at the start of the devastation was in Amitla, where the 2-mile-wide path killed 29. Things kept getting deadlier as 55 people were killed in Purvis MS, and most of the town was wiped out. The tornado ran through a rail yard and tossed boxcars, where workers hit up to 150 feet. Number 7. Joplin MO. Overall, the tornado killed 158 people, with an additional 8 indirect deaths and injured some 1,150 others. Along with the 1925 Tri-State Tornado and the 1896 St. Louis East St. Louis tornado, the Joplin tornado ranks as one of Missouri's and the United States' deadliest tornadoes. The natural disaster shook southwest Missouri, placing the region in the worldwide spotlight. It led to 161 deaths, more than 1,300 injuries, and nearly $3 billion worth of damages. Number 6. Woodward OK. The Woodward tornado of April 9, 1947. This tornado was the longest, widest, and most destructive ever to have occurred in this section of the country. The tornado ripped through 3 states in a 221-mile-long path, leaving in its wake 169 killed, 980 injured, and property damage of about $9,700,000. The tornado was massive, up to 1.8 miles wide, and traveled at forward speeds of about 50 miles per hour. It first struck Glazier and Higgins in the Texas Panhandle, devastating both towns and producing at least 69 fatalities in Texas before crossing into Oklahoma. In Ellis County, Oklahoma, the tornado did not strike any towns, passing to the southeast of Shattuck, Gage, and Fargo. Even though no towns were struck, nearly 60 farms and ranches were destroyed and 8 people were killed with 42 more injured. Moving into Woodward County, 1 death was reported near Tangier. Number 5. Gainesville GA. It was one of the worst weather-related disasters in Georgia's history. The tornado that struck Gainesville on this day in 1936 was part of a devastating outbreak of 17 tornadoes across the South. And it wasn't the first for Gainesville. Another tornado killed more than 100 people in January 1903. In 1936, two F4 tornadoes tore through the heart of town, destroying much of the business district and the county courthouse, trapping hundreds in debris before moving on to surrounding neighborhoods. The funnel-fueled fires all over the area, including the Cooper Pants Manufacturing Company, where 60 employees were killed. The storm left more than 200 dead, 1,600 injured, 2,000 homeless, and millions of dollars in damage. President Franklin Roosevelt toured the city 3 days later and returned in 1938 to rededicate the courthouse and city hall after a massive citywide rebuilding effort. Number 4. Tupelo MS. The infamous Tupelo tornado was an F5 tornado that struck the northeastern Mississippi city of Tupelo on 5 April 1936. With a death toll of over 200 people, it was the fourth deadliest tornado in the history of the United States. The twister was part of a vast eastward-moving storm system that swept across the southeast, spawning a dozen tornadoes on April 5 and 6. The storm system began its destruction in La Crosse, Arkansas, where an F3 tornado killed one person on the afternoon of April 5. Moving rapidly into Tennessee, it then produced two more tornadoes, an F4 and an F3, that touched down in 4 counties and killed a total of 11 people. Number 3. St. Louis MO. Missouri's second-largest city, St. Louis, is known for its beer, baseball, and the Blues hockey team, especially after its 2019 Stanley Cup win. But the city has more to offer than just a few late-night sports games and some brews. Lewis County warning area during the afternoon and evening hours of Good Friday, April 22, 2011. The northernmost supercell spawned an EF4 tornado that ripped a 21-mile path of destruction across St. Louis County in Missouri and Madison County in Illinois. Number 2. Natchez MS. The second worst tornado in U.S. history hit Natchez in 1840. It killed 317 people and injured 109. This is the only recorded tornado in the U.S. that killed more people than were injured. Several of those that died because of the tornado are buried in the Natchez City Cemetery. According to reports from the time, the twister initially touched down 20 miles southwest of Natchez. 10 miles later, the path of carnage was detectable starting from Natchez Island. Number 1. TriState Tornado of 1925, also called the Great Tri-State Tornado, the deadliest in U.S. history, that traveled from southeastern Missouri through southern Illinois and into southwestern Indiana on March 18, 1925. The storm destroyed several towns and caused 695 deaths. The tornado materialized at about 1:00 p.m. local time in Ellington, Missouri. It caught the town's residents by surprise as the weather forecast had been normal. To prevent panic among the public, tornado forecasting was not practiced at the time, and even the word tornado had been banned from U.S. weather forecasts since the late 19th century. The storm moved quickly to the northeast, speeding through the Missouri towns of Annapolis, Beale, and Frona, and killing 11 people before crossing the Mississippi River into southern Illinois, where it virtually destroyed the towns of Gorham, DeSoto, and Murfreesboro, among others. Murfreesboro was the hardest hit area in the tornado's path, with 234 fatalities. Thank you guys for watching. If you want more videos like this, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.